guys can come in this morning and sit with me for a few minutes to have an inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire you to love yourself. We inspire you to become the best version of yourself, and we inspire you to become who you truly are, whatever that is for you, right? And I wanted to say that, I'm ready to have my hot girl summer, y'all. I am so ready. I'm ready to come out and meet with you guys. We've been trying to put this calendar together for the last couple of weeks because I just can't wait to just see you guys face to face and just fellowship with y'all, get to know y'all, get to love on y'all in person, hug you, do all these wonderful things. Um, we will start having like our workshops in person. We trying to gear up for the summertime, but don't think that it's just going to be some workshop where you're sitting around and it's going to be all this crying and this and that. It'll probably be some of that, but we also going to have fun too. Like I said, I'm a big believer in fun. I'm a big believer in enjoying your life for what it is, and I'm a big believer in actually just enjoying each other's company, right? And so I really want you guys to look out for that. And I really want you guys to get on our email list if you're not, because that's how we're going to make our announcements. And also, if you are a business owner thinking about being a business owner, hey, Kim, I want you to go ahead and join our Girls Leap Elite. We have some amazing coaches there who can help you walk through your journey. And so you don't have to struggle your whole way through trying to figure out how to build your business. You can actually go ahead and get some accountability, get some coaches to help you, not only with your mind, but with those day-to-day things that you go through in your business and get your questions answered. It is only 17 bucks a month. People pay thousands and thousands of dollars. I know I did to sit with someone just to tell me how I can improve my marketing, how I can go ahead and improve my social media, how I can improve and refine my idea. All these things you get because you get access to all of the coaches, right? So just check that out and see. I want you guys to get a pen and paper because I believe that this is one of the most important things outside of the last 2 days that we talked about that you guys need to understand and get comfortable with. Okay. And if you can't get a pen and paper, I want you to at least watch this video again and share it with everyone that you know, because I'm going to ask you some questions. How many journals do you have where you have wrote down over and over again the things that you want to do, the things that you should do, the things that you should have, and where you're going, right? How many vision boards do you have? Where every year you sit and you tell yourself this is going to be the year. You going to make sure you do it this year. You ain't going back. You're going to go ahead and move forward, right? How many times have you told yourself when you looked at yourself in the mirror that I don't give a shit what happens this year? It's going to be about me. And then all of a sudden, you start to hear something else, right? And that's what we're going to talk about because it shows up every day, y'all, every day. As soon as you get up out of bed, as soon as you go to the bathroom to pee, brush your teeth, and you start thinking about all the stuff that you're going to accomplish for the day or do for the day, what happens is you always come in contact with your inner critic and that judge that is in your head, right? Now, I want you to write this down because, God gave me this yesterday. And I actually was like taking notes and reading like the Bible and reading all these different things because I believe that this is it. When you are able to manage this and work through this, it is nothing but uphill from here. I promise you it is. So I took some notes on it because I want you to write it down. And I want to make sure that I'm clear so that you can get comfortable and understand what I'm talking about. So the first thing that I said is that inner critic, you got to understand, is that that's the part of your mind that learned how to punish you in order to get you to do something different or to keep you safe, right? Now, this doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I want you to hear me out. It's that part of your mind that learned how to punish you to get you to do something different, right? And I also want you to write this down. It learned, it learned that if it does that, it will make you a better person. That's what it learned. If it punishes you enough, and if it tells you all of the stuff that you're not doing, that it'll probably move you into the stuff that you should be doing. And I'm going to give you some examples. I also want you to write this down. This inner critic and this judge, it has the notion that if it is so harsh on you, and if it is painful for you, it will make you feel so bad that it will probably get you to move in a direction of where you want to be, right? That it will get you to move in a direction that you want to be in. Okay? It also says, right? Its intent is to help you become more loving, more accepting, and even more spiritual. See, the inner critic inside of you, ladies, it is so harsh on you because it's trying to push you to your potential. So what does that look like? Man, Khadijah, you know that you are supposed to be working on your gifts and goals. You sitting up here and you writing everything down every day. You get up in the morning, you say today is going to be the day that you are going to work on XYZ. And then all of a sudden, here you are doing some other shit. You sitting down, watching Netflix, or you decide to go out, or you decide to do, something else, and you never ever get your stuff done. Look at all these damn books that you got, that you done wrote in, that you said you was going to make a change, and that you said that you was going to do something different, and that you said that you wanted to live a better life, and you ain't doing nothing. That's the inner critic. That's the judge, right? It tells you, Kim, how long are you going to sit up there and be in that job? You sitting up there and you keep telling me this is going to be the year that you move forward. This is the year that you said that you was going to lose weight. This is the time that you said that you was going to have a better you. You're going to have your stomach out. You're going to be on the beach. You're going to go take a vacation. But you ain't doing nothing but sitting up here whining and complaining about what you don't have. You still messing with such and such where you know you should leave him. You still trying to figure out how you going to get this house. But at the same time, you ain't doing nothing but going to work, coming home, fixing your food, taking care of the kids, saying how tired you are, and then you going to bed. That's the judge. And that's the inner critic. Right? Let me tell you what it also tells you. Right? It does subtle things and it beats you up. And it tells you things like, how come you keep sleeping late when you know you need to get your ass up? Because you said that you was going to work on this business, right? How come you not working on what it is that you need to be working on and you sitting here and procrastinating? You look at yourself every day in the mirror and you see how fat you are. And you know you're supposed to go to the gym, but you don't. You sitting up here and you eating a whole sandwich. You sitting up here eating bacon, egg, and cheese every day, and you going to Starbucks getting your coffee and your croissant. How are you expecting to go ahead and lose weight if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again? Right? That's the inner critic that we have. And let me tell you why it's there. Let me tell you why it's there. Because think about when we were younger and think about what we do as parents. The way that we get our kids to change, the way that our parents got us to stop doing something is that they would scold us, right? They would talk to us, right? They would tell us uh, what we need to do in a very harsh tone, language, and everything in order for us to change and do something different. Because the idea is if I punish you enough with my words, then maybe you will hear me and you will move. Maybe if I yell at you enough, that when you think about those things that you know you should not be doing, you wouldn't do it. Right? So we learn it at a young age and then we keep it. We keep it in our mind where nobody on the outside has to tell us anything. Because by the time we become adults, it's our decisions, right? Our parents are not yelling at us anymore. You're not yelling at your kids anymore and scolding them and telling them the right way that they should do things and how it works. My grandmother used to scream all the time. That was like her thing. And she would say, you need to get your shit together and you need to stop doing this and you ain't doing shit and you got to do this and you got to do that. And it stays with you, right? So that inner critic that you have that you waking up with every day is telling you all kind of stuff that you should be doing and how you should be doing it. So we clear on that, right? And I want you to think about it. How many times did the critic visit you before you actually got on here? And it comes to me every day, right? But there's a way that you can start to accept it and handle it and turn it around. And I'm going to show you how. Because I had to learn this through getting a coach. I had to learn this through getting a mindful coach because I couldn't break mine on my own. I couldn't, right? I couldn't break mine on my own because I couldn't see outside of myself, right? I was so engulfed in it. I couldn't see beyond everything, right? So let me tell you this, right? And I want you to write this down. When your inner critic is telling you that berating you and putting you down is somehow going to help motivate you to be better, it's lying. Do you hear me? Let me say that again. When that inner critic, that person that you hear, that could be your mom's voice, your voice, any voice that you hear in here, that is berating you and punishing you and is telling you that it's in there because it's trying to get you to do better, it's lying to you. Okay? What it's really doing is it's making you become a victim. That's why you're not moving. Hear what I'm saying? That's why you got all them damn books and nothing is happening. That's why you can't move forward in what you're trying to do because it has made you a victim instead of pushing you forward. It freezes you. And you got to hear me, right? Because this is what it does. It creates that shame in you because you start to agree with it. It creates that fear in you because you say to yourself, well, maybe I need to be safe. Maybe I don't have what it says I have. Maybe I can't do what it says I can do, right? Sometimes it punishes you so much that you go into a damn depression. You hear me? Sometimes it puts you in a position where you have guilt, you have despair, you have hopelessness, you have all that stuff. So, this inner critic who believes that is pushing you and it's trying to make you better, it's not doing anything but keeping you stuck. Now, when we were younger, our parents, and you guys who are parents understand this too, when you scold your kids, you thinking that telling them will help them make them do something different, right or wrong, right? You got to get your shit together. You can't be sitting up here doing this. You can't do this, and you keep doing this, and you're not going to get to where you need to be, staying on this road that you are on, hoping that your kids will take that and say, you know what? Let me go ahead and get on my hustle because my mom, she's right. I need to be able to do better and be better, right? But the inner critic never gets to the motivational part. It never gets there. It keeps you all in the negativity. Remember when I told you guys last week that I was struggling? Am I doing enough? Is everything working out the way it's supposed to? When I look at my board and I say, you can do better. What's wrong? How can you improve? That's that inner critic in me, y'all, judging me. You get it? And if you don't recognize that it's there, you will spend your whole life going around and around and around and not understanding why you are not progressing and moving forward. And that is because there is something in here that keeps you in this victim mentality. Gloria, I want to write a book. You know why you can't write that book? Because you're listening to that inner critic. Gloria, I wanna be able to have a better life. I know I should not have the life that I have. That inner critic is telling you, well, look at the life you have now. It ain't gonna get no better than this. And look at the security you have. How the hell you gonna get rid of the security? You see that he pays the bills. You can't just leave just yet. You got to have some kind of plan to leave. Because if you just leave and walk out, then you could be homeless. And you definitely don't want to go stay with your sister because you and that bitch don't get along. And because y'all don't get along, it's going to be all this. It tells you a whole bunch of stuff. Can y'all feel me on that? And it shows up. It's not like it just shows up once a day. It shows up every single time you are faced with something, right? That is important to you. And this is what I want to get at, right? This is how I deal with this inner critic. When it comes up, when it's really bothering me, like how it was bothering me last week, and I was telling you guys about it, you have to be mindful of it. And you have to ask yourself, is something big about to happen in my life? There's something about to happen to me. It's something positive that's about to happen to me. There's something that I need to push past because my inner critic is trying to stop me. is trying to stop me from doing this. You know, it's too much in my head where I'm getting too much negativity right now. Is something big about to happen? Am I about to make a major step towards my goal? Because I'm getting a lot of pushback. Does that make sense? When you feel that thing in your gut where it's a little fearful, you're not sure if you want to do it, your mind gets confused because you had a plan. Now, all of a sudden, when it's time to implement the plan, it gets all fuzzy. You're not sure if you can start, or you start to think that people might not be receptive to you, and it's going to take you a long time, and maybe this is not for you. That is that inner critic that is trying to stop you. And you got to be able to ask yourself a question. You got to be able to be aware of it first. And then ask yourself a question. Is something about to happen in my life? Because I'm feeling that feeling. Excuse me. I'm feeling that feeling. What is about to take off for me? Because my mind is trying to stop me. It's trying to keep me safe and stuck in this place. So let me look at this really quick. Now you go back to all of the stuff that you were writing about, right? Now you revisit what your goals and your hopes and your dreams were. The reason why is because when you wrote this, you were in your most positive state where you believed nothing could stop you. And you believed that anything is possible. That's the whole purpose of writing stuff down. And you look at your ideas and you say to yourself, is something big about to happen? And then you say, you know, I know, like I told you guys, I read mine. And I said, uh, you have to accept yourself for who you are and keep your mind focused on where you're going. That's the only way you can progress. So each and every day, I'm encouraging myself and I'm talking to myself and I'm saying to myself that I can do it, that I am strong, that I do have self love, that I do have the power to walk through, right? That's why journaling is important, because anytime that you are faced with your critic, you can go back to yourself when you was in your most highest positive state and relive this moment, because there is no sweeter words that feels good to you than your own. Does that make sense? And you say to yourself, wow, it was my intention to lose weight. It was my intention to walk in my gifts this year and write this book. It was my intention this year, from what I wrote down, to start this business. What is stopping me? Is it me, or is it anything outside of me? Does that make sense? Your inner critic is there, ladies, because it believes that if it punishes you enough, you won't do something and you will stay where you are. Where really its intention is to get you to where you need to be, but it's not work. It doesn't work that way. It works in the reverse. The reason why it works in the reverse, because of the way it makes us feel. And because it makes us feel the shame and the despair and the fear and the failure and the guilt and the hopelessness and the depression and everything, we can't listen to it. We have to be able to continue to ask ourselves questions. Our brain loves questions, right? You know where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do with your life. You feel your desire every day. Every day of your life, you wake up and you say, God, I know that I'm better. And I know that you put me here for a purpose. And I know that this is not the end. Everything that is happening right now in my life, I'm grateful for, but I know that I can do better. And I know that I can make an impact. And I know that you have brought me here and put me on this earth and allowed me to stay in my right mind and have given me all the activities of my limbs to do something. I don't want this inner critic to keep telling me that I can't do it. I don't want this inner critic to continue to make me feel like I have to uh, be safe and secure and afraid and hopeless, right? How do I push past it? Ask yourself those positive things. And if you can't think of anything because it's so unconscious, when I say so unconscious, it is as easy as my struggle every day is so simple as, man, I had 2 cups of tea already, but I sure do want a Starbucks coffee. I want a Starbucks coffee. And then my mind says, why in the world do you want to go stop at Starbucks? And then you're spending money that you should not be spending. You already had 2 cups of tea. That should be enough caffeine for you, right? And you only want it because you like the sweetness and the taste, which you don't need anyway. You're just getting off a fast. So why would you go ahead and do that? And I'll go and I'll drive right past it, right? It has good intentions because it's saying to me, hey, you said that you was going to be on this health journey. Why the hell you sitting up there stopping at the Starbucks where you said that you was going to get yourself together? The Starbucks is not going to help you improve. That's what it's supposed to do. But what it does is it guilts me not to. And then I'm sitting up here and I'm saying to myself, like, damn, you right. Right? Don't we do that? You right. I should not, go there and do that. Let me just keep on moving and keep on going, as I ain't going to do nothing but feel bad afterwards. Maybe you won't, right? What stops us, ladies, and what keeps us stuck is the fact that we are our own worst critic. And what we need to understand is that when we, like I said, since Monday, when we are on this journey, there's a lot of things that we're going to encounter about ourselves that we've never encountered before. That's why it is called a journey, because you was asleep for so many years. You didn't care about how you felt. You didn't care about the mindset that you had. You didn't care how you lived your life every day because you was just living to pay your bills, to make it through the day, to do what it is that you need to do to get by. And even though you had these desires and hopes and dreams, you didn't believe them anyway. So it was easy for you to stay comfortable, right? When that inner critic comes and it makes us feel that guilt and that shame and everything, it doesn't push us to be better. It pushes us to sabotage ourselves. We eat more. We turn to drugs. We drink alcohol. We do all of that. And think about it. When we sit with our friends and girlfriends and all that stuff, when we sitting down and you like, girl, come on with me because I just need a drink. Girl, what's wrong with you? I'll tell you when I get there. And then y'all get to the restaurant or wherever y'all going, and you sit down, you get your drink, you drink your drink, and you like, I needed this. Because there's so much shit going on in my life right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My mind keeps telling me to leave him, but I just feel like I can't go. My job is getting on my nerves. So I just don't know how am I going to deal with it because I need the work. I need to pay these bills. I know what I want to do, but I just feel stuck and feel fearful. Let me get another one of those margaritas, please. Right? And then you get another one. Because what you do now is that you use that as a replacement for dealing with the pain. Right? Trust me, been there, still there. When I have a stressful week and all that, that's what happy hour is for. That's why happy hour was created. Not to get the weekend started, to take the stress off from the week. You see? So here's what I want you to recognize as you're going on. Monday, I told you, start recognizing the people around you. And it's okay to put them in different boxes. You love them, but there is a time and a place that you can hang out with these people, right? Tuesday, I told you to start being aware of your money. Are you a good steward over what you say that you wanted? If you want more money and if you want more prosperity, you got to be able to be a good steward over what you have. You got to be able to deal with the little in order to get more. And I told you the best thing is to read the story of the talents, right? Because that's a great demonstration of how you get healthy more. And then today, I want to get you to recognize and be aware of that inner critic that you have, because this is the journey, ladies. It tells you, shit, you don't need no coaching. You could do this shit yourself. Why would you sit up here and pay somebody to help you know something that you can go and find out for yourself on the internet? Or you could go read a book, right? Why would you sit up here and, be around people who is going to be wishy-washy to you? It's going to tell you all that. But I want you to know the next time that you sitting down and you journaling, and I hope everybody is, and you journaling and you writing out your goals and you writing out what you want and you are thinking about ideas and ways in which you know you want to change, and you start to see that inner critic come in, or you see it throughout the day at your job, I want you to ask yourself a question. Is it something about to happen in my life? Because the inner critic is visiting me right now. Is it something that is this step or is this idea that I'm thinking about? Is my inner critic trying to stop me from doing it? And if it is, you just recognize it and you say, I hear you, but I know you a liar. I hear you, but I know you a liar. And I know you're trying to keep me safe. And I know you're trying to keep me comfortable. But right now, I promised myself that I was going to do something different. I told myself that I was going to love me more. And I can't listen to you right now because the path that you're trying to take me on is something that I am trying to get out of. So, yes, you telling me, oh, it's too expensive to get this business license. It's too expensive to get this LLC. It's too expensive to get this training. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to do it from a place where you criticizing me. I'm going to do it from another place of love and ask myself, if I do this, is there something big that's going to happen in my life? And I'm going to make my decision from that place. And I'm going to ask myself that question. And I promise you, ladies, it works. It works. So the next time that inner critic come and sit down, like I told you guys last week, it's going to be there. And allow it to come sit down. But you're going to have a whole staff meeting in your mind and you're going to be talking out loud to yourself as you're going to be saying, I hear you, but that's not me no more. I understand you're trying to keep me safe, but I can't. I said I was going to do something different. Okay. So that's what I have for you guys today. And just know, again, it never changes, right? The voice is loud right now, but you can calm it down, but it never goes nowhere. Never, ever, ever. I don't know, no person that is not faced with a inner critic at least 15 times a day. Because every experience that you embark on, anything that you deem as new or risky or out there, it's coming for you. It's coming for you. Okay? So think about it. And again, if you need to watch this again, watch it because it will help you. Right? Don't forget to ask yourself, is something big about to happen in my life? That's how you deal with your inner critic. Okay? I gotta go. I'll see you ladies. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.